productivity reasons in just one facility over a year's time. So they basically have AI controlling if you have All right, guys, welcome back into Above Ground World News Live. I barely made it in here. I'm telling you, there's some crazy military operations going along right above my house. And I'm thinking they tried to hit me with some kind of electromagnetic weapon or some kind of death fumes or something. I'm going to play a couple clips that I shot right over my house. One was a couple days ago, and then two of them were from yesterday. And right after these guys flew over, one flew right over my house, and one flew over another guy's house right down from me that does a radio show called Exposure Radio. And we're constantly getting buzzed by A-10s. But soon as it went by, I got so dizzy and just like immediately had a chest infection. I mean, it's crazy, man. So here, let me play these couple little clips. May not let me play them. Wow, is it even working? It's like the broadcaster's freaking out. Where's the sound? What in the world? Testing 1, 2. Do I have sound? Wow, this thing is just freaking. They must not want me to show you this stuff. Wow, it froze up. What in the heck is going on here? Let me try to rewind and see if it'll play. Okay, here we go. Now this guy come right over my house first, and then he come back. But check this shit out, man. He doing? He's like hovering right over the houses. Look at that crap. So that guy dived down below the tree lines, and then he come right over my house, but I didn't catch him. Here they come again. I've had them buzz my observatory with the them A-10s. See if he comes right over the house. Wow, it keeps losing the sound. What the heck is going on? All right, I'm just gonna... Yeah, it's just freezing up. I don't know what's going on. I'll just upload that to completely different video, because that's weird. The sound wasn't coming out. Anyway, guys, immediately after they flew over, I got completely dizzy. And within about an hour, I had a full-fledged chest cold, couldn't breathe. And I've been detoxing all day, all last night. I'm starting to feel a little bit better, a lot better, really. But tomorrow night, we're going to go over removing nano poisoning. And then we're going to go over a simple detox. So when these guys target me. I've been targeted for a long time, believe me. So I'm used to it. I don't care. They can do what they can keep trying to affect me, but they won't win. Anyway, here, let's jump into some articles. Yeah, look, check this out. Flesh-eating bacteria infects Florida man fishing off the coast of Mexico. You've seen that picture in the thumbnail, man, of his hand. Look at that nasty stuff there. Holy crap. So Tampa, a Florida man was hospitalized after contracting a flesh-eating bacteria while fishing in the Gulf of Mexico. And they call this a life-threatening infection that is rare in the United States. It seems like it's not rare anymore because we're hearing about it all the time. He was fishing 20 miles off the coast Saturday when he was stuck by a fish hook. His hands started swelling up, and by Eastern Sunday, I guess they mean Easter, it had the black bubbles forming. They had to skin graft his hand, man. Look at that. So hopefully he don't lose his arm and all that stuff. But, man, links in the description if you want to read into that a little more. Now, check this out. We had a military operations with the to test a cyber attack, a blackout. Let's play this little clip here, see what it does. See if it'll play. I had a dream about this as a kid, about Chinese troops flying out of a plane, but these are American troops. But it was just like that Red Dawn movie. And somehow I was in a school, like I was an adult, though. It was weird. So anyway, this Fort Bragg in North Carolina says the Army post had a blackout for more than 12 hours overnight Wednesday as part of a cyber attack military exercise that came as a complete surprise to its tens of thousands of residents. The fort, which is the Army says it's the world's largest military post, says it cut off the electricity to identify shortcomings in our infrastructure, operations, and security. I wonder if they turned the power out to all the hospitals and stuff. Why did they have to do that here anyway? Well, you know why. So they trained for any possible threats to the installation in order to remain mission capable. They said they posted Fort Bragg's Facebook page just after 11 a.m. This exercise was not announced in order to replicate likely real-world reactions by everyone directly associated with the installation. In today's world, cyber attacks are very likely. This exercise is exactly what we needed to identify our vulnerabilities and to work to improve our security deployment. So this is nuts, man. You know, that's what I'm saying. I wonder if the hospital, if their generators didn't go online for 12 hours. I mean, they probably put a lot of people's lives at risk without letting the people know. I think this is a bunch of BS, and they shouldn't be doing this over American cities. They got all kinds of places that train. We give them tons of money to train for this shit. And they pull this crap over on everybody. That link's in the description if you want to read a little more on that. So check this out. A perfect storm of cosmic rays. 10 years ago, NASA reported a perfect storm of cosmic rays during the 2009 radiation peppering Earth from deep space reached a 50-year high, registering levels never before seen in the space age. So here's a graph of the 1964, and you can see when we get up here, we're way, 2009. This is the 11-year sun cycles. That's what this lines up with. The solar minimum, and that's why a lot of times we show you this little cosmic ray monitoring, because like the people that are flying all the chemtrail planes around and all the regular planes, man, everybody's getting bombarded with more radiation. So just there's a link if you want to read that one. Now this is a pretty freaky one here. Kids design a 3D crosswalk to force drivers to slow down in school zones. I mean, look at that thing, man. That's pretty crazy. Let's play this. I haven't even looked at. I only played like 10 seconds.
I love it. It looks.
I don't want to listen to it, but let's just see it. So it's 3D, man. People come driving up on it. It looks like it's gonna bust your tires out. Look at that. Wonder if we can full screen it. Yeah, we can full screen that. So that would that's just more like a kind of like Project Bluebeam stuff, man. Look, they're even having a hard time walking on it. So pretty freaky stuff, man. So that would definitely probably get people to slow down, but the link's in the description. All right, Amazon's workhouse worker tracking system can automatically fire people without a human supervisor involvement. There's a madman right there. Amazon confirms that it fired hundreds of people for productivity reasons in just one facility over a year's time. So they basically have AI controlling if you have a job or not. And we're going to see more and more of this stuff going on. The link's in the description. All right. How electrification can supercharge the energy transition. Now, I didn't read any of this, so I don't even know what the heck this one's about. No matter which country you're in, the energy transition is underway. It is taking slightly different shapes. Blah, blah, blah. From wood to coal, from oil to gas to nuclear, now the world is engaged in a shift towards renewables. On contrast, you know what? I don't even think I'm going to read this one right now. The CO2 emission rose by 1.7% in 2017 to a high of 33.1 gigatons. Well, I wonder if they count the volcanoes that all went off, all the geoengineering going on, all the fires, you know, that kind of stuff, the solar minimum. Yeah, that's probably a bunk article. I'll look into this deeper later to see if there's anything in there worth talking about. You know, we're always talking about these high-speed trains coming in. Here we go. Hyperloop CEO says Missouri route from Kansas City to St. Louis tops the list. So there's going to be more land grabs here in between Kansas City and St. Louis. And they're saying this thing can reach up to 600 miles an hour. Now, we have tons of caves and underground stuff. I don't know if this thing's going to be underground. I'm sure parts of it will be. But we're going to start seeing these all come up. So this is another $7 to $10 billion. But, man, these things are going up everywhere. Underground tunnels that have them and all kinds of stuff. Now, up in St. Joe, Missouri, the roads are still gone, man. I got pretty much the same footage as a lot of this footage that's coming out from when I went up there and filmed up there on my way up to Omaha. Now you have to go like another hour and a half out of the way to get up there, man. The roads are just screwed up here.
Interstate 29 is virtually empty right now.
See if we can get to the good stuff here. Mound City, that's where I usually have to turn around. I don't know if it's going to show us anything. But the snow hasn't even melted. In fact, we have blizzards coming still. So, yeah, man, they're really flooding it out. And I didn't get to talk to Dutch yet. I was wondering if that seismic, the 3.4, whatever it was, earthquake that went off down in the New Madrid, I'm wondering if that has to do with the water weight. We'll wait on this article too. I just kind of whipped up a few articles. Weather engineering signatures and cloud formations. Somebody sent me this. I haven't got to go over this yet. I think I'll save this one too. This looks like one I need to read into a little bit. Okay, let's go ahead and jump over here to the world view. And I've got the ship track models on here. We're looking at bunker fuel that the weather modification ships. I mean, we got a few right there. They're in the yellow. And we got some over here. So it looks like they're going right in here. Let me take it back because we missed yesterday. Let's go back to where we were. Here's on the 24th. This is the last show we did. This is where the mass shipping operation was to deploy the bunker fuel. Nothing was going on over here. That might be one, but I doubt it. So let's go up to yesterday. We missed yesterday. Where was they at yesterday? Now I can't see them. Let me go back again there. So they're really hard to see. Yes. Oh, here they are up here. So they're right up in here. So it looks like all them ships left from right here off the California coast and went all the way. When we get up into today, they're all the way up here. So I don't even know how fast these ships are. There's still a couple right here. But yeah, here's the main shipping operation. Look, they're seeding this low pressure system. We could probably look that up on the, yeah, here they are, seeding this next low pressure thing. So, wow, it looks like a demon face right there. Man, that definitely looks like a demon. So let's go ahead and take a look at what's going on over here. We make sure we're on the right day. So we got a big cloud seeding operation right here in Washington. Let me see if I can click the layers a little bit and get it to come in. Yeah, look at these guys way out here. So they're definitely getting ready to steer the next system. See if I got it good loaded. All right. So we got a big spraying operation straight off the Washington coast. And then the shipping operation is straight out from that. Look, even up here at the Aleutian Island chains, we got aerosols being deployed. This will be our next big system. They're loading it up with the bunker fuel. And then look, Oregon's clear for the first time, and I don't even know how long. Maybe all year. But look, when we come down here to San Francisco, you got mega cloud city going on here, like mega. So look at all these fake synthetic clouds. We'll check the layers. Yeah, you got tons of heavy aerosols being deployed. So it looks like San Francisco's the target, man. This is the, hey, thanks out there, Paul. This is the chem fog, man. This stuff here will give you the thunderstorm asthma and all that. So, huge operation. So the ships are gone, but it's been replaced by a monster spraying operation. Clouds seeding like crazy out here, bombarded. Oh, wait. These look like ship tracks way down here. Hold on, let's check that layer. Man, that could be ship tracks right there. Let's get that to load real good. Maybe they're down here refueling somehow down here in the Bajas. Yeah, I need that to load because that definitely looks like ship tracks. But it may not be, man. That's hard to tell there. It's not coming up on the microns. It's all blended together. But look, no aerosols being deployed except for right there. So Southern California is a target right now. Gulf of Mexico is clear. Texas is clear. Hey, thanks, they're pretty rarely clear. And we got some kind of weird stuff going on right here in Kansas. Little spraying operation there to the west side. But here's where all the aerosols are being deployed. Up here in Canada, BC, you know, all the way down through Alberta and Saskatchewan. I can't pronounce that ever. Montana. North Dakota's getting lit up with chemtrails. Let's see if we get that to load a little better. Yeah, so they're completely seeding this system. So everybody that's in the clear, they must be refueling the planes. They're loading, they're putting all the coal ash and everything else they want to put in there. And then we're going to start getting hit again here in the next day or two. We'll check the forecasts and all that stuff. We've had quite a bit of severe weather up in the upper northeast. You know, tornadoes and all that crazy stuff. And that beast system, it hit over here right where we knew it was. Wow, we got spraying operations again up here in the Labrador Sea. Just caught my eye there. Ireland's getting hammered. UK is getting hammered. France. Looks like they've washed away all the dust. The Mediterranean Sea is clear, man. That's like really rare. It's rare not to see them spraying out here off of Portugal and Spain. Italy is getting hit. Mongolia is getting hammered. Like, not a whole lot going on here. What's it look like down here? See if we can get that to load. And not wanting to load for us again tonight. I was hoping that a later start. I haven't even really been looking at the stream, but hopefully it's running a little better this late. Working with there, that's the one they're shipping over to us. Here's a spraying operation in the southern part of that. And what's going on down here in the outback? They've been getting blasted. Yep, definitely got some heavy duty liners going on down here. Try to get that to load. And of course we've got to check New Zealand. So that's some weird looking stuff there. I gotta let that. Definitely population reduction. Wow, we got a new cyclone here. We got Cyclone Lorena. That's that one I told you it was gonna kind of head down towards Australia. But what's this one up here? Tropical Storm 1. Let me take a quick look, see where that thing's headed. You guys probably won't be able to see this. Wow, it's gonna be a Cat 3. That thing's going to head right up into India. So India, you're getting ready to get blasted by a hurricane, a Cat 3 cyclone. I'm not sure if they call them cyclones or typhoons over here. And let me click this one. You won't be able to see this unless I bring it in. I'm going to see if it's still on the same track. Yeah, and that one's heading south. It's not going to hit nobody. All right, let me get the mimic map loaded. Yeah, it's like we're lucky if we can get 3 days of clear, man. And then they start pummering. Look, there's atmospheric rivers actually going up where it's supposed to. It always goes up to the Aleutian Island chain. But right back here is where they have the ship track operation. Or is it over here? It's one of these two. Yeah, it's this one right here. So look. This is where it's supposed to be going. So maybe they're taking a break from steering the atmospheric river for a couple days. But look, they got it pulled all the way up into Canada, right up from the Gulf of Mexico. And you can see the flow goes from the atmospheric river gets sucked up is by being manipulated. It don't just naturally come up there. It's got to be pulled up there. So I'm just kind of documenting this. Yeah, here's our two spins right here. And that's pretty crazy because this one's spinning clockwise and this one's spinning counterclockwise right at the equator. So that's pretty wild right there that it's making that transition that close together. I don't think I've ever seen them that close to the equator and spin two different directions. So that's kind of a new deal there. All right, we're probably done with that. Let's go ahead and check the Earth null. we need to check the polar vortex winds, see if they're completely gone. Look, they're almost completely gone in the north. They're all down here in the Antarctica. Look how it just spins in a perfect circle. That's the way it should spin in the north. But they do all these atmospheric compression events, these rapid heating events, and that's how they steer the super cold air around. And I do like checking this jet stream because we know the ship tracks are over here. In fact, I want to check out the sea level pressures. Yeah, so they're laying the bunker fuel in the low pressure right next to this high pressure. So we'll get to watch that here the next few days to see what they're doing with that. Go ahead and check all these real quick, just little quick checks on them. All right, we got that pretty well documented, pretty good. And let's go ahead and check the waves, see if we got any big waves. Got a pretty good wave action going on down here below South Africa. Let's see what these are, 43-foot waves. And there's where that little cyclone is, not too bad. Let me just fast forward this up just a little bit just to see if there's anything with incoming. Yeah, nothing too big. You got pretty good waves there off the coast. Yeah, as far as we can go. I know I sound kind of messed up. I can't breathe real good out of my nose yet, but I'm definitely getting better than I was yesterday. All right, we're looking at the sea surface temperatures. They've been trying to create a El Nino for quite a while. And it don't seem like it's going to happen. Yep, still looking weak. Now, that's the bad thing, though. If this thing, when we don't have an El Nino, that means the hurricane season is going to be worse. And look how hot the water anomalies are up here in the Atlantic. I mean, it's starting to grow a little bit. Let's check it to 2016 because that was the last weak El Nino. Yeah, so here was the last El Nino, so it was pretty hot. Just in that little area, that was a weak one there. Go back to now. Yeah, we're still got a lot of cool water out here, which could be bad for the hurricane season here in about 40 days. Let's go ahead and check our carbon monoxides. Yeah, I definitely got the chemtrail flu for sure. That or they hit me with some kind of spray out of that helicopter. So the sky is pretty nasty looking pretty much all over the United States. India's been kind of clearing up a little bit. China's still pretty nasty. You know, all this stuff drifts right on over to us in the atmospheric rivers. That's why we get sick. Let's check the carbon dioxide. And it's always high over here on the East Coast. So you got off the chart levels. You got it off the chart. Like, I don't know if there's a fire up here. Something's going on. Maybe some fracking. Even on the West Coast down here where all the chemtrails are. You got some pretty bad air, so you might want to check your air quality maps. Pretty soon we're going to have to wear masks to go outside. Check this out. We go back to 2016. The darker the colors, the cleaner the air. Here's 2016. Look how dark that is. That is clean compared to what we have now. Look, even back here in 2016, the East Coast had the blue on it. But look how much better the air was just back in 2016 before all the volcanoes, before all the fires, before all the spraying operations. Let's put it back on now. This is what it looks like now. It's almost totally white. We're almost to the point of no return, it looks like. Go ahead and check the PM 2.5s. So we got a lot of hot spots today all over the place. So these are no good for you here. These are particulate matter, and even the smaller ones, the PM1s, these are even worse for you. Look, they're right off the Oregon coast, California, Oregon coast. Oh, a lot of this could be fracking or volcanic. But yeah, this is the lung infection stuff here. And you got the PM10s. So that all looks really bad. Look, another dust storm coming off. See for, yeah, small auroras. All right, we're all good on that. So let's check the watches and warnings. So look at all these tornadoes that went off up here in the East Coast. Let me slow that down here. So you had tons of tornado warnings. So I'm sure we got damage up there. And let's see. There's still a tornado watch as of right now. And let me see if I can check the watches and warnings. Where's my tab for that? I guess I got to go to the other. See, they really mess this stuff up by changing this stuff where we don't have the alerts and stuff. There should be a tab right here for. And we'll see what the next rads are doing, seeing if we're going to spot anything crazy. Well, we have military radars going nuts there in California. Military chaff, which is just thick chemtrails. Notice how the radar shut off and on there in Mississippi. See, they turn them off and on. They turn them up and down. There's a knob on these things. Just watch that one right there. So they turned them down, letting the storms flow through. See how they turn them off when the rain's coming? They want it to rain. Kept them on a low, but look, they turned it off. As soon as the rain got there, and then they cranked it up, and look, it got more powerful. We got tons of beams coming out of the Texas radar. That radar is shutting off and on, but that's like a lot of beams coming out of that particular radar. See if I can speed this up just so I can see it in a little bit faster motion. So that when they turn them up like that, they're trying to kill the rain off. Unless the rain's already passed, then it speeds the storms up. See how they just ate up the rain? Look, they crank it up, and it eats the rain off. The rain dissipates. Rain's turned down, that's where it flows. These are the big part of the weather control system right here. I want to go take a quick look at that Texas radar. Hopefully everybody out there is doing good on a Friday night. Hey, thanks there, Rhonda Long. Much love out there. Thanks to everybody out there that helps us. Yeah, I'm feeling better already, man. Just in one day. Usually a flu, chest cold like that will last a couple of weeks. So hopefully I'll have this thing fought off sooner than later. All right, we're trying to get this loaded. So yeah, we got mass manipulation with this radar. You see it created like its own inflow and then just blew it up. You notice it's only going that way. They're not sending out any kind of radar signals. Let me shrink this down so we can see it better. Let's put it on the base velocity. Yeah, pretty soon we're gonna have to all have masks. I mean, they're trying to make us all sick where we gotta turn into transhumans. We all gotta be part robot. Hey, thanks there, Bamboo out there. Hey, thanks there, Unexplained Skies. Much love out there. Yeah, I definitely think we need to wear a mask. Yeah, so they're sending out tons of microwaves. This purple color, that's the microwaves. You got the microwave beam, and then you got the microwave pulse. This is probably the biggest, fattest microwave pulse I've ever seen. So, yeah, they're definitely using this one right here. Yeah, it just shows up like they can't even hide this stuff. So we're on 24 frames. That beam is running for, let's see how long this beam's running for. 1, 2, almost 4 hours. So that beam is cooking the sky for almost 4 hours. So that is weather manipulation. That's directed radio frequencies, microwaves, pointed at a certain area. There's another little thing I seen here. Hopefully I can remember which one it was. Man, where was that? I think it was down in here. So this one here is up in the north part of Texas, Amarillo, Texas. This might not be the one I was looking at, but yeah, it's got a beam coming out too. Not as strong as the other one. You can see the gust front on that storm. That's not the one I wanted. Maybe it's down a little farther south. Yeah, I'll go over all that detox stuff tomorrow. I mean, right now I've been on, I got tons of different kind of herbal teas, and then tons of vitamin D, vitamin C, like basically almost overdosing on the vitamin C. So right there, that looks like the next rad created the gust front right there. You got a beam shooting out of this one. But the gust front didn't start until it got within, 50 miles of the radar. So the radar was sucking it to it. But I still can't find the radar I was wanting to look at. There was something weird. And I can't remember which one it was. Try New Mexico here. Yeah, I probably will there. For sure. All right. So this one's actually shooting the beams out the other way, but I can't find the radar. I may have to go back to the full view. Let me click this, see if I can spot it by the clouds. Definitely got aerosols going on right there, so I was in the right area. But it's not showing up on the smaller part. Wow, they're getting completely bombarded over here. Let's take a little better look at that. So California's getting hammered. They're like the worst spot right now. Yeah, I do a lot of the apple cider vinegar too. I try to drink like a little cap full of that every day. All right, so wow, look at this spraying operation here off the coast of California and up around Washington, Oregon. So the ships are gone, but they just have a mega spraying operation. You notice it's all centered right over the Paradise area. Like they're not going to leave that area alone. You know, and then down here around Los Angeles, look how thick them liners are right there. They were huge, one after another, after another, after another, after another. And you had twins. So they're definitely creating something. In fact, before I go much farther, let's go check out what's coming. All right. Here, let me fix the colors here. There we go. So we're going to be having a blizzard coming. When is that here? That should be, that's what they were calling the blizzard. Because that don't look as strong as it did the other day. But there is some snow coming in for Wisconsin, Iowa, Illinois, and then right on over through Michigan, Pennsylvania, West Virginia, New York. And more severe weather here on Monday for the Iowa-Missouri border. More flooding rains to add to the river. Here's where the blizzard's going to be. Right over Colorado. This is on Tuesday. And then it kind of just turns into a wicked system right here. So this is going to be a heads up for Kansas, Missouri on Tuesday the 30th. Severe weather outbreak. Right there, Oklahoma all the way out. This will be one to watch. What's weird, you got a really low pressure out here. So it's 1005, 110. So we're going to have another severe weather outbreak, flooding rains going from Tuesday into Wednesday. Look at the levels of rain on that. We're talking 6 inches of rain. It's going to go right on down to where the earthquake hit. And we had tornadoes down there already. So it really takes a weird jump on May 1st. It just like dies out, and then you got heavy winds, rain, snow up there in the Northeast. Look at that line. See that the storms didn't used to run thousands and thousands of miles straight. It's because they're using all these radar. Let's go ahead and just, while we're here, let's go ahead and take a look at the total accumulated precipitation just to see where all the moisture is going to be. So it looks like Kansas and Missouri is the main target, and up there in Washington. And over on the East Coast, look how it's running in straight lines of heavy rains. That's pretty nuts right there. All right. Where are we at here? Okay, I was going to play that again. All right, guys. So I think we're going to go ahead and call this a show. And hopefully I'll feel a little better tomorrow night. Tomorrow night we'll get into that, some of that health stuff, you know. We'll get into the removing nano poisoning and just simple detox stuff. Yeah, the main, yeah, your guys are definitely going to be flooded out. Like I said, I didn't get a lot of time to get ready tonight, man. I was pretty bad till just, you know, not too long before the show, so I just had to try to whip this one together. But anyway, guys, much love out there. God willing, we'll be back tomorrow. And thank you to everybody out there who shares this information, guys. Anyway, much love. I'm going to try to restream this over on Twitch and DLive after the show here and see how it goes over there. Anyway, guys, much love. Be safe out there. God bless. Let's rise. Let's hit the exit screen. We're going to have to rise, man. We're running out of time. Let's do this.